Alright, so I'm going to do a quick tutorial for you. Mini educator. So basically what you want to do is turn it on and then put it around his neck just like a prong collar, high and tight. And you can't be scared to put it on tight. So basically it's basically the same thing like when I taught you how to teach him how to basically the recall. Same thing. You want to do it with a leash still. I'm pretty sure I told you that, but so basically the same thing. So you want to put it really low. 6 is plenty. And see, it goes all the way down to 0, all the way up to 100, which is high. So we're just gonna have it at 6. And should we? Okay, let's go. And basically, you just kind of, of course, with a leash, and you take it. He already knows I'm about to tap it, so we just gotta keep just letting him just wander around. And then so there's 3 buttons. So this one is vibrate, the T. Not sure why it's T, but whatever. And then there's one, it's, let me see this. Okay, so basically this one is continue, or just basically you just hit it once and it shocks. And this you gotta hold down, and basically it's continuous. Either one works. I mean, if he's really taken off, like if he sees a squirrel or something, I might hold this one down. But this one's good. I just tap it. So I'm going to show you a good example. You'll have to see the squirrel up here, and he's probably going to take off. I think it's a squirrel. I'm not sure what that is. But so basically he's kind of, I'm trying to stay quiet here so I don't get his attention. So he's about to wander over there. Totally not oblivious. Probably just gonna check that out. When he gets really interested in that thing, I'm gonna tap. Oh, he already knows I'm about to tap it. He's too smart. So I'm just gonna tap it. Hold on. Sorry, I screwed up. That was the opportunity to do it. Just gonna tap it once. Joey, come. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. You just gotta make it fun. Like I said, everything to do with training, you have to make it fun. So you can't make it negative either. Because a lot of people when they do the shock collar, they do it when they're doing something bad, and it comes off super negative for them, and then they're just gonna shut down and basically practically just not respond well to the shock collar. So you have to make sure, while it is technically a correction, it's supposed to be, use it as a command instead. So if he takes off after a squirrel, it's going to work as a correction, but also but in their head, it's going to be positive. So it's going to be, you don't use it as like bad, and shock them. You're going to be like, come. And you got to make sure you got to stop. You got to stop with the pressure. Stop hitting the button. If they turn to you and they're coming to you, you stop. And that's telling them. And once you keep doing that, so when he's on a leash, on that long line, make sure he's distracted, just like right now. You're like, Chewy, come. Good boy. Give him praise. Super easy, not complicated at all. Like I said, 6. If you put that on your skin, you're not even gonna feel it. But dog skin is super sensitive, and so they're gonna be able to feel that. It's just gonna feel like a little tap in your heart. It's not gonna be painful at all. And see, his ears are up. He's super relaxed. So that's why I want you to have the mini educator, because then it's such a low shock. And the thing is, I don't know what level 1 means. I mean, that could be like 10 or 15, which is way too high. And so you'll be able to, and also what's great about it is that if he's like takes off and he stops listening, you can just whip it up really quick. And just super fast, you just twist this thing right here. So another good example here, we got this at, honestly, I'd probably do it at 4, honestly. Let's go. Basically, just let him run around. And I'll be like, Chewy, come. Good boy. That's a good boy. Yes. Make it positive. Even though technically it is a correction, but make sure you couple it with a command, so then it's positive. And also teach them that, like, it's not okay for you to run off. You don't want to use it as a correction, as strictly as correction, where you're just basically shocking him and, making it super negative experience. So just make it positive, couple it with a command, and also it's really going to dial in your basically everything. Because this is a way to communicate. Because like dogs, like I mentioned before, like dogs don't communicate the same way we do. We communicate through, words and that kind of stuff. Dogs, most of the time, they communicate through body language and other forms of communication. So like this is another form of communication which they're kind of familiar with. The pinch collar. Like I told you a story about, there's a video on YouTube where a mother had a bunch of kids, a bunch of pups, and she would pinch the back of their necks to communicate, be like correcting them. It's a form of correction. It's kind of the same thing as a pinch collar. So it's kind of pinching them. It's kind of a pinch feeling. So it's something familiar for them. It's a way of communication. So this is really going to dial in most of your commands. So I'll do it again. He is totally distracted. Chewy, come. Good boy. Good boy. Chewy, sit. Good boy. Yeah, see, totally relaxed. Look at his eyes, just blinking. Totally relaxed, ears up. Loving it. Okay. So that is like my quick tutorial for e-collar. It is not super complicated, It's super easy, but you have to make sure he understands what either here or come, what that means. So it's super easy. And I know e-collar is supposed to be like super super stressful, because you don't want to hurt your dog. That's why I want you to have this, because you're literally having it at 5. There's no way you're gonna be able to hurt him. That's why I wanted you to get this one, because then you can just literally customize it to any situation. So of course, if he goes off and chases somebody and starts biting a dog, ramp that shit up, so then he really you can ramp it up to any situation that you're dealing with. But if you're popping it and he's still ignoring you, you can just, like I said, like he's chasing after a dog and you're popping it and he's not listening, you can keep ramping it up until he he feels it, and he will feel it. So eventually, so super easy to use. This is why I want you to have this, because I know it's super intimidating, because shock collars have, well, they're not, there's the difference between shock collars, which you basically kind of have, and an e-collar. And so quick tutorial, super easy. So I'd keep doing what you're doing for a couple weeks, maybe a week, and then once that e-collar comes in, you can use it. So yeah, it's super easy, not hard at all.